Hey, peace. What's happening, everyone? On our deal with.
Ooh, yeah. Nah, nah, nah.
Suddenly there came a sound from heaven, as of a rushing mighty wind, like the rushing of a mighty wind, like the rushing of a mighty wind. Come and fill our hearts again, like the rushing of a mighty wind.
Yeah, blessings. Once again, you know the routine. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. All of that helps. So you don't know. Without any further ado, let's get started. Hey, what's happening, Dex?
Yo, what's happening?
I'm chilling. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. What's on your mind this morning?
And then I was just listening to the video, man. You know, it's just crazy how these people making these crazy conspiracies up in their head. I don't know. It's really bizarre how they thinking. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah. Where are you from, Dex?
From California.
So you're Black American, no Caribbean or African ancestry. You're just a.
Nah, I got African ancestry. I don't claim to not have no African ancestry, but I'm a Black American for sure.
Okay. But you don't seem to vibe with the FBA or
Nah.
ADOS philosophy. Do you agree? Do you believe in reparations? Do you think Black Americans should be paid reparations?
Yeah, for sure. I'm not against nothing that they specific. I'm against most of the stuff that they say, but I'm not against like stuff like that, like reparations. That we're foundational Black Americans. I don't disagree with none of that. But it's the way they're using it, or the way they, that they're using what they're saying that they're trying to get accomplished.
Okay, like what, for example?
When they're making a distinction between us and the continental African, and that shouldn't necessarily be made in the context that they're using.
Do you think a distinction should be made?
No, not at all. Well, not really. I'm half and half with it.
Not even for reparations purposes. Do you think that reparations in America should be given out to any Black person that lives in America? They don't have to prove their lineage.
No, I don't believe so. I believe it should be a global thing. I believe because it was one transatlantic slave trade, so it should be one reparations for all people that were enslaved, regardless if you in Southern America, Northern America, Caribbean, whatever.
But the United States of America didn't enslave everybody that was enslaved. So why should America be responsible for everybody's reparations?
No, I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying like America, Britain, the British, everybody that enslaved African people need to come up with a number that they could give us as a whole. They all benefited from it.
Right, and so who would get it though? Like just anyone who would. I understand that any country that was involved in the trade would put a fund together.
Yeah,
but who would payments go to?
I get your question. All we would have to do is just take a DNA test, and that'll just stop most of the arguments that's going on now in today's age. For instance, you got the indigenous people, quote unquote, and then you got these FBAs and these ADOS. Like all that shit is like conspiracy. That's all made up shit that they making to distinct us Black people in America away from all the Africans on the globe. And that's what I'm saying.
But you said they would take a DNA test. Like, what would their DNA have to show? What would you be looking for in their DNA to say they should get money out of that pot out of that reparation? Like, what would you be looking for in their DNA?
Well, I would say ancestor, at least one ancestor's blood that could be tracked, if not tracked, traced to Africa.
But doesn't, like, how long ago? Because everyone, including white folks, go back to Africa.
That's a good question.
But how long ago would you have, like, do you go along with Tariq's number of 1870?
Let's say 500 years ago, because it would have to be before the actual transatlantic slave trade. So let's say 500 years ago. No,
500 years ago, anywhere in the world, if you can prove because you said it's global. So if you can prove that you've been a slave, that your heritage were enslaved, 500.
Under one condition, is that it can't be a white person that has DNA of the African person that's claiming to get the reparations. Because you got people that's white that's mixed with African DNA too as well. So as long as it's not that, then and you got to identify with our struggle. So you can't just be benefiting off of reparations because you got African DNA and you full-blooded white and you claim to be a white person. That's it.
And you have, but don't most African Americans have a little bit of European in them, don't they?
Yeah, but
matter of fact, I think that's what FBA kind of uses as that's
by way of rape. That's by way of rape. So that's why I said that's the only condition. Well, that's not the only condition, but it's one of the only conditions.
I mean, it's not all by way of rape. I mean, I don't think it's all by way of rape. There are people today. I think Tariq is married to a white girl, if I'm not mistaken. So his children wouldn't even qualify.
That's why I said that was one of the conditions, because that's one condition too. You can't be married to a white person because basically your money going to the white community. You feel me?
Yeah. So you would have to trace your DNA back to 500 years ago, anywhere in the world that people were slaves.
And if you marry, you can't be married to a white person with European DNA.
Right. So the African countries that were selling slaves, because African countries were big into slavery 500 years ago. People even say it's going on there today. So those Africans that were just slaves in Africa, they would be entitled to some, like those African countries would have to be a part of the countries that pay out reparations, right? It's not just the European countries.
What do you mean? Are you saying so the African people that sold us off? What do you think?
Yeah, because the African people that sold us off, they enslaved us before they sold us, and there was slavery in Africa. Let me just finish. There was slavery in Africa throughout the time period. When there was slavery here in America, there was still slavery going on in Africa. So if we're going to have a global reparations, the slaves that stayed in Africa, right, and the slaves that were there in Africa would have a claim against those African states, right? And so some African countries, those African countries like Ghana and stuff like that participated, they would have to be, forking up some of the reparations money as well, right?
No, and I'm gonna tell you why. Have you ever heard of the year of return?
Yeah.
So Africa is giving out reparations already as it is. If you don't know what the year of return is they giving us dual citizenship, or you can get full citizenship as a way of the chief. The chiefs was basically saying like they understand that previous chiefs has partaken in the role of selling us off. So their way of apology is giving reparations in the form of citizenship. Also, if you buy land, they give it, and you got if you buy some land, they're giving you more land on top of that, probably like 3 times the land to build whatever you want to build. And if you want projects, like say if you want a project on your land, they funding it too as well. So that's a form of reparation. We just don't know nothing about it.
You said they're giving away land. If you buy land, they'll triple it for free.
Yeah, that's from what I understand. Yeah.
I don't know if that's true. You would have to kind of source that for me, because I don't know. I know there you can buy land there, but I don't know if they're going to triple it. and
I'll source it for you. But,
yeah, you would definitely have to source that.
Yeah.
You know, because I think the back to the year of return and, you know, Ghana inviting Black Americans back is in Ghana's best interest, and I think Ghana really is the one that wins from that type of setup.
I want you to listen very, very carefully.
Tell the youth them to be strong. You can't tell the youth them to preach wrongs. While you trod it on these lands, just remember every man is equal. Yeah. Each one teach one, and our Father God, him a the only done. So make we reason, smoke trees, span the ends, all the deep meds. Take a look at life, and don't close your eyes. Sometimes things happen, and it's no surprise. And I just, so it go, so it go, so it go, so it go. It's a government, no have no heart, them no care about poor people. Yeah, bigger heads no love people again. Them more than little of them. Me see friends now reason again. Vex through whistle a blame. More time it hurt me to see how the face deal with the eagle of them. Regular me see it a pain. Regular me see it a pain. Take a look at life and don't close your eyes. Sometimes things happen and it's no surprise. And I just, so it go, so it go, so it go, so it go. It's a government, no have no heart, them no care about poor people. Social commentary. Drop that one, your principle, you don't know. The global will come and do it. Some people life every day, it's stress. The high price from JPS, that topic is currently. Jah alone, him a go help you. We need food and we no healthy. We a feel the pain, beg you protect we. In our life we have no fenve. Take a look at life and don't close your eyes. Sometimes things happen and it's no surprise. And I just, so it go, so it go, so it go, so it go. It's a government, no have no heart, them no care about poor people.